Hello everyone and welcome to Mountain Lake Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. This week, Christmas has come early for some schools and their music programs in the Adirondacks that are sharing an incredibly generous gift just in time for the holidays. On a chilly November afternoon, this is about the last place you would expect to see a brass quintet sitting down to perform. What brought these students together here in the parking lot of Ticonderoga High School is a celebration. Packed inside the van parked behind them is a huge stash of musical instruments being donated to their school and several others across the Adirondacks, with the help of a new campaign headed up by Skidmore College professor and musical composer Evan Mack.
My son came home from band practice, and we had just moved to Ticonderoga, and he said, "Dad, some of these instruments are bruised and battered and duct taped," and I said, "No, that can't be right." So I met up with Michael Itorino, who's the head band director, and he told me that most students cannot afford to rent instruments. So the inventories are owned by the schools. And so you can imagine the wear and tear over the years, and so that's how We Are Instrumental was born. I started a instrument drive of gently used band instruments, and we collected 70 instruments our first year.
And now that nonprofit that Mack and Ticonderoga's music teacher Michael Itorino formed a couple of years ago is giving several schools used musical instruments. Some donated and others purchased, including the nearly 150 instruments delivered on this day by Tim Barconi and his sister Elizabeth Diamond. They drove all the way from their family's music store in Kingston, New York, south of Albany, to deliver the gifts. The store, started by their grandfather and then owned by their father and the family for decades, is closing.
It's time. I know it's the ending of an era, but with the way that, unfortunately, the internet and online shopping has gone, and also with COVID, people just feel more comfortable shopping online, and that was a trend that was coming even before COVID hit. So while we were a fully functional repair shop and rental company where we would have people coming in for their rentals and their repairs, we missed out on the daily retail. They would go elsewhere. So it was a slow decline.
And so the Barconi family is selling and donating all of the store's inventory to Evan Mack and his We Are Instrumental program. These trumpets and trombones, saxophones and cellos are all being given out to Adirondack school districts to replace, repair, and restock their musical instruments, free of charge.
Does it do your heart good to be able to help out schools?
Oh, absolutely. That's all my father did. He was definitely wanted to make sure that the kids were taken care of, that the programs were taken care of. He was very passionate about that.
Your father would be proud.
Oh, absolutely, yes. He would be.
Very.
Among the music teachers and band directors who came to meet the Barconis is Ben Baker from North Warren Central School in Chestertown. He's picking up about 30 instruments for his 5th and 6th graders.
Our district bought 30 instruments here to get to fulfill the needs of the new coming 5th and 6th grade classes. We just need more instruments, and my district's been super supportive and willing to purchase them for me, which is also awesome. And then stuff like this is a huge benefit too. Like Barconi's, the amount that they were willing to help us, and help me help the students is huge.
And for many of the students, these instruments will be their first.
I'm picking them up today, and then on Wednesday, I'm putting them in the hands of my 5th graders. I've got 54 5th and 6th graders who are starting. Wednesday's first day, they get them, we learn how to put them together, and we start making noise.
So for you folks, you get these at a very good price, though. Can
yes.
They get more instruments than they could have with
exactly.
Whatever budget?
If we bought these instruments new, this is the value. These instruments are super high quality. They're rental. They've been they've been serviced. They're awesome, and the price that Barconi's is willing to give them to us for. I was like, we can't not do this. With my budget, I probably would have picked up probably a third of the instruments I could have picked up. Yeah.
So you're getting 30 instruments.
Yeah, 10 trumpets, 10 trombones, and 10 saxophones.
That feeling of excitement over getting a newer instrument is one that Keisha Moses knows well. She felt it when, with the help of We Are Instrumental, she got a donated new and better trumpet that she says changed her life.
What did that mean to you, to be able to get an instrument from this program?
It was like opening a whole new world, because I had never had an instrument that nice before. I either had like a secondhand one that my aunt got me or like something from the school. So when Mr. I presented that to me, I got emotional and I started crying because I was like, oh my goodness, this is like it.
What's it been like to have that instrument for the past 3 years?
It's really like nice. It's so much easier to hit all the notes, all of the slides move.
After playing in both the high school and jazz bands at Ticonderoga, Keisha is hoping to attend the Crane School of Music next fall to pursue a career in music. Her band director, Michael Itorino, says it shows the impact a program like We Are Instrumental can have.
We have kids that have instruments that, otherwise wouldn't have had, the opportunity to have instruments. We have clarinets, trombones, flutes, everything all over the place. And, this just helps us not only here in Ty, but, all over, our area of northern New York, give kids, that actual chance of having music in their hands.
Are you kidding? We got tons of room still. Look at all that room.
So little by little, we are growing out the program to address the needs of every music program in the Adirondacks.
Mac has set up a GoFundMe page to help schools pay for the cost of repairing instruments. And We Are Instrumental is looking for donations of used musical instruments in good condition. They've even teamed up with the Clinton Essex Franklin Library System to pick up and deliver donated instruments free of charge.
We have an adopt an instrument program right now, and so we have a list of if you adopt a flute, that's going to go to a kid playing flute somewhere in the Adirondacks. Instruments need to be played, not collecting dust. We did it! Okay.